Hey guys, it's Sarah Gallagher here. This is a flash event. I haven't done much promotion about this. I haven't talked about it that much because it came to me earlier this week that Valentine's Day was coming up and bam, it's here. Unfortunately, it's one of those milestones we have to deal with. So I wanted to come in here to talk to you about this because I know today is a big day. And I wanted to give you this kind of a talk to help you get through. So Valentine's Day, right? It's one of those days when society seems hell bent on convincing us that having a romantic partner is a prerequisite for happiness. Right? You constantly hear this well-meaning advice like you're young, you'll find someone new, or you just can't be by yourself and lonely. Move on, find someone new. Well, I want to share something with you. I'm now 9 years into my widowhood. And I was alone for the first 7 years. And then out of the blue, I stumbled upon someone I thought would be my next life partner. Right. And at first, I almost thought it was a gift from my husband. And in a sense, it kind of did because it gave me a lot of chance to be soul searching and it taught me something. So at first, it was unexpectedly nice to have someone around, especially with the kids. So I'm not just a solo parent anymore. I was having somebody there. He was with me when I was making dinner. He would sit down with eating with us and play with the kids and be interactive. And then he would go home. And then when we would meet up again over the weekend, he would come and we'd go visiting with people. And it was wonderful. It was like this beautiful person had come into my life. It seemed that way, right? Until he moved in. Suddenly, this lively, engaging man, he turned into this recluse. And he spent hours in our room with the door closed, playing video games and completely shutting us out. It took some time, and it wasn't like it was an overly overt, abusive situation. However, I did discover, in retrospect, that took me a lot of time to realize that this man was a narcissist. Everything he did was for his own benefit. It might have been presented sometimes as trying to help me out or he buys things, but it was nothing to do with us. It had to do with him. And whenever I'm going to show one example of this was that when I was talking to him and I told him that there was no way he could compete against a dead man, he didn't understand this. And he started talking about the fact that like, oh, but it's not me. Like, why you have all this trauma and this upsetness about someone who died? It has nothing to do with me. Like, I'm like, it has nothing. You're right. It has nothing to do with you. This is about me, and this is my trauma. And then I started realizing that it had nothing. The relationship wasn't even about us. It was about him. And this narcissism really kind of took over, and it really became a slow disintegration of my own self-worth over a year and a half. Now, I'm not going to dive into the details uh, because it's done and it's personal. And if you want to know more about it, I will talk to you one on one. But needless to say, he is now gone. He's been gone since June, and I'm honestly the much more happier for it because I realized that I've weathered a lot of trauma in my life. I have gone through abusive situations, child abuse. I've gone through being kicked out when I was 16. I've gone through all those different things. Again, I don't want to get into details, but let me just say it's the culmination of it was the sudden death of my husband. So I've always been a fiercely independent woman, and I can turn into this mama bear protecting my cubs and myself. Now he's gone. And while I'm still healing, I owe it to my own survival instincts for reminding me that I am a fantastic solo parent. I figured it all out. And I knew it for the 7 years before I was with him. And I was reminded of that. I didn't need him. I can do this. I can be my own second chapter, and you can too. So there's this misguided notion that you're less of a parent or of a person if you're not in a romantic relationship and the pressure is real. You might hear like, how come you haven't found anybody yet? Or you need someone to take care of you, or you can't be alone forever. You have so much love to give. And yeah, you do. You do have so much love to give. You had it before your spouse passed. You had this love story of the ages. Even if there was problems in your relationship, as there always is, there still was a connection. There was a love. There was something that drew you to them, regardless of any ups and downs. I mean, this is why you're grieving now. This is why you could be angry at them. This is why you want to forgive them. This is all those emotions. You love. You are still full of love. And even if you are, and you probably still are, ridiculously in love with them, we never move forward. We move on. Okay? You never move on. You're moving forward, never on. You have the love of your life, and he will always be with you. My husband is still my husband. I'm still married to him. He just happens to be a dead guy. He's the biological father of my son. He's the sky daddy for my daughter, and nothing will change that. I've had to learn how to integrate this truth into my life. I needed to stop feeling this need to let go. I had to learn that memories of our love support my journey going forward. I know it hurts. It hurts a lot to be alone. You can figure this out on your own, but it sucks. The person you wanted to be here isn't here. If someone tells you to move on or to find somebody else and you're not ready yet, here's a reminder. You deserve the best of the relationship that you had with your husband. I've been through these ups and downs. I've read all the books I haven't read the books. I've actually experienced a lot of my friends going through divorce, and I've contemplated that elusive second chapter. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Maybe not anybody else, but with me. Learn to love me. You're going to learn to love you, because I can tell you, and you know this, being a solo parent and a widow, it's a league all its own, right? It's its own separate thing. No one signs up for that. We didn't choose this journey. We're here and we're doing it. Valentine's Day it's parade of love on social media. It can be tough, right? All those posts about the perfect gifts and the magical moments. It's tempting to compare, but here's the thing. If you're going to compare, look at those incredible women who navigate life on their own terms, solo and strong. And I'm not just talking about celebrities. I'm talking about normal, everyday people, real life role models. People like my mother, who's been single for decades after having a very long marriage, after 25 years of marriage, and just broke down. But she's been single and she loves it. And I get it. Our lives are different. Our journeys are unique. I didn't ask for widowhood. You didn't ask for widowhood. And I'd probably be completely content with my person right now. But that's not my reality. You know what? It's okay. Because a relationship doesn't complete us. It's a lovely addition, yes. And it was a wonderful part of your life, and it will always be with you. But that relationship isn't the core of who we are. It becomes part of us. But it's almost like it becomes what's already there, your core, and realizing what that is and who you are and how this is all integrated. This is a huge part of becoming your own second chapter and your own spark again. Okay. The hardest part is not feeling like someone's wife anymore, of missing those moments that are gone forever. And it might make you question your worth, but you're not less of a person. In fact, you've evolved into a version of yourself that's stronger, that's wiser, and more resilient. And needless to say, probably more aware of the beauty and the transitions of life than you've ever known before. It's almost like this veil has been gotten through, right? And you understand that it could be taken away. And it has. This makes life so much more beautiful because you're more aware of it. And it's a double-edged sword, I know. But you can kind of walk that balance. You learn to live with grief, right? If you're struggling with your journey, if you're trying to find your identity after loss, I'm here for you. I've been through it. And now I'm here talking to you because I've been there and I want to be here to help you. This is a process and it takes time. It takes your own time on your own terms. And don't let anybody tell you how much time it should take. But by focusing on yourself and learning who you are, on who your strengths are, who you were before, who you are now, learn to love this new year, this new you. That's the secret. That's the key. Sure, being in a relationship was nice. That didn't define me. I found more of myself after losing my husband than I ever had before. I've become this new person. And it's different. I wouldn't say it's better, but it's different and it's stronger. And I'm very happy. I'm happy with who I am right now. And I can say hello to that person back there. And I can say hello to him because they're still there. And it took some time, but I figured it out. And I'm here to help you do the same. You can do this. I want you to let go of all comparisons. I want you to let go of the idea of what Valentine's Day is supposed to be. I want you to take the space. And I want you to embrace your journey. And I want you to realize that you are the best person you can be right now. And if you don't feel that way, I want you to know that you can get through this, that you will be your second chapter. And I can tell you that after going through this, you're going to become that phoenix and you're going to learn that you have this incredible beacon of life and love inside you. And you're going to be incredible. Okay. And if you need anybody to talk to, remember, I've been doing this. I've been coaching for, goodness, since 2018 now, helping people like you, solo, widowed parents who want to be here, but who are trying to figure this out. And if you want to figure out who you are now, you can call me. Okay. I'm just a message away. Guys, tell me what you feel. Tell me how this feels with you. Tell me what resonates with you. I'd love to hear. Tell me your story, guys. I'm here.